My name is Andra and I am a proud bisexual woman. It's taken me a lot to get on this journey, to be honest. I am from Romania in Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe is a bit, not just a bit, a lot. It's very socially conservative because religion plays a very important role in people's lives. We are generally Christian Orthodox. This was another point of contention between me and a lot of people in my life because I was not a believer of this faith. And I had to learn to kind of pave my own way. When I was about 12 or 13, I think maybe 12, I had a crush on a girl. And initially I took it as I must really want to be friends with this girl because I think she's so cool and I like her so much. I never thought that it was a crush until looking at it in retrospect when I was about 15. This is when I realized, something is happening. And I was attracted to girls. Not just one, but to a few. My first kiss was with a girl, although it was a friend, so it was a bit complicated, right, at the time. I realized later down the line that I'm attracted to boys as well, but just less. So I grew up, became an adult, and I found out that as an adult, it's not just men and women. This is something new to me. When I moved to the UK, I found out that non-binary people exist, and I realized, yeah, I'm attracted to these people too. And the only reason why I choose to identify as bisexual and not pansexual is because I think I'm attracted to people in different ways. I don't think I'm blind to gender. I just think I accept any gender, but I see it in different nuances. So this is my journey of choosing to identify as bisexual was when I was 19. I would say to my close friends that I think I'm bisexual before that, but I was not sure. So it was a bit complicated. My mom was super happy. She was fine with that. She was accepting. My dad, not so much. We are still talking and in, let's say, good relations, but the way that we are is this is a topic that we avoid. We do not discuss this at the dinner table. It's just like a big elephant in the room that is never addressed, and it's sad, but I don't think there's something you can do. I never felt like I would be so happy with who I am when I first started to have these crushes and these thoughts as a teenager. I didn't know that there is a way to live and have the feeling of safety in your life. I think the UK is mostly safe. There are still hate crimes and there is still stuff to be aware of, but it's not systemic anymore against at least people like me, bisexual women. I can't really say the same. I know there are issues about like trans people and their rights in the UK, but I'm just speaking of my own experience. When in Eastern Europe, you would hear a lot of people on the TV saying bad things about LGBTQ plus people. You would hear the boys in class mocking the guy that was more feminine and that they thought he was gay and stuff like that, that made me a bit scared to come out. So it took a lot out of me to come out to my closest friends before I moved to the UK. As a result of that, one of my friends came out to me and I was the first person that he came out to, which gave me a feeling of so much happiness that he could feel like he could confide in me with something so big and that he knew I would accept him. Moving to the UK brought a new challenge, however, and that was the challenge of xenophobia. So when you come from Eastern Europe, people will view you often as inferior or uncivilized or poor or coming here to take jobs and all of that. And because of that, I had to try to quiet down this part of me that was screaming to get out, which was the love for my country. I love my country, despite all of our faults, despite this social conservative attitudes. I love my culture and I love my people, and I think we have potential to evolve and be better in this regard in the future. So for me, being made to feel, especially from other people who are part of the LGBTQ plus community, being made to feel like I have to choose between my culture and my sexual orientation is something that I struggled with, but it's something I realized I do not have to do. Just because other people tell me this is what a person from the LGBTQ plus community is supposed to look and act like, doesn't mean I have to follow that. So if I could tell my younger self at 12 one thing, it would be keep going. You'll find your own path. You don't have to be this perfect mold of this Eastern European Christian girl, and you don't have to be this perfect mold of this out and proud, outspoken LGBT advocate who renounces their culture because their culture is problematic in this regard. You don't have to be either of these things. You can be something in the middle. You can reconcile these identities of yours. You can love both of them, and you can ask the LGBTQ plus community in the UK to understand that we are diverse, while asking the Eastern European people from my homeland of Romania to have some more understanding. I can be the mediator of these two things instead of having to choose one of them. And this is something that I would tell to myself if I could talk to my 12-year-old self. It's just keep going, you will pave your own way, you don't need to conform to any molds that are built by society, and you don't need to stress so much about who you are and have the identity crisis. And the other last thing that I would tell to my younger self is the people who need to accept you will accept you. And all of these stresses, once you become comfortable within yourself, these stresses will go away and it gets better.